Caitlin, your host. This is the 3:30 o'clock news at GGC. Our forecast for the week is smallpox, basically. So we have Sunday, smallpox. Monday, smallpox again. Tuesday, slight chance of smallpox, the rash. Wednesday, smallpox. And for the rest of the week, we don't know yet, but we're suspecting smallpox. Hey guys, I just want to introduce my co-host Ronnie here. He's going to explain a little bit about these smallpox outbreaks that we're about to have.
Hello, I'm Ronnie Adams, and I'm going to give you the introduction for today. Smallpox is a serious, contagious, and sometimes fatal infectious disease. It is one of the biggest killers in history. One of the major clinical forms of smallpox is the variola, with a more extensive rash and high fever. About 30% of infected people die from the smallpox infection. People who recover from the infection are often left with permanent scars. That's it for the introduction for today. Ariana's going to come in and tell you about some common facts.
Hello everybody, my name is Ariana and I'll be talking to you about some common facts about smallpox. Common facts of smallpox: it is highly contagious and is contacted from person to person. The symptoms begin around the 12th day. It's flu-like symptoms: fever, nausea, vomiting, and headaches. You will also develop a rash all over your body, which is highly contagious. During the next 6 to 7 days, the rash transforms into pus-like field sores that can become secondary infected by bacteria. The disease is usually confers permanently immunity. The infected person will not contact it again. Yeah, so now Dell, my co-host, is going to talk to you about the 4 types of variola.
Hi guys, my name is Delshina Akile. Today I'm going to talk about the 4 types of the variola smallpox. There are 4 types of variola smallpox. There are ordinary, modified, flat, and the hemorrhagic. The variola major has an overall fatality rate of about 30%. However, flat and hemorrhagic smallpox are usually fatal.
The scientific name is variola major. Variola virus is a member of the genus Orthopoxvirus in the Poxviridae family.
Smallpox is spread from contact with an infected person. The virions are found in the mouth and nose secretions of the infected person. It is mostly transmitted in the air droplets when an infected person coughs, sneezes, or even talks.
How does the body fight against smallpox? Hold on a second. Oh, really? We got some urgent news. Caitlin's on the scene, and we're going to go right to her.
I didn't want to get too close, but there's some people out there, and I got some inside news on this virus, smallpox. So, like we were saying earlier, the Monday through Friday forecast. So, an example of this virus would be like Monday, the virus would attack the cell and get into it. On Tuesday, the actual virus will share the RNA to the cell so that the cell will be infected with the virus. Wednesday, the virus will mix with the nucleic acids and proteins from the cell. On Thursday, the virus will reproduce themselves inside a cell. And then Friday, you thought it would be a good day, but it's actually not a good day because it's Friday. It's pretty bad. It's advanced at this point. The virus will reproduce. They'll break out of the cell, and the cell will be killed immediately. All right, after I finish over here, I really think it's best to say we need to go back to Ronnie and learn how the body's going to fight against the smallpox disease. Back to you, Ronnie.
Wow, Caitlin, it is scary out there, but let's just jump right into this. Evolution has made immune cells called killer cells that can find and kill infected cells, sometimes before viruses can reach reproduction. Chemicals are excreted to warn healthy cells nearby called interleukins and interferons.
To diagnose this, doctors will have to test a patient's blood and lesions. There's a technique that scientists have come up with called virilation, that is a mix of the dead smallpox virus. That after the treatment, the patient gets a mild form of disease and they will have a lifelong immunity. Vaccines are now available and the rest is history. I would suggest you get one.
If you are diagnosed with smallpox, generally it will last 3 to 4 weeks until the last scab falls off. The lesions often leave behind deep heater scars. When smallpox is fatal, patients usually die during the 2nd week of the disease. To conclude with our broadcast, let's go back to Caitlin.
Guys, you need to go get your vaccines. Be careful out there. It's pretty scary.